Hey guys! Today I'll be talking about why rabbits are not the best pets for children. I feel like it's a very controversial subject and we as a pet community tend to push this subject away. And I feel it's really important to address it. Now, I'm not saying that rabbits shouldn't be a child's pet, as I know there are a lot of responsible children out there who are willing to give them the best care. So today I'm going to be showing a typical story between what happens with rabbits being owned by children. As children, we are surrounded by animals, whether it's a stuffed toy or an illustrated book. It's mostly all animal themed. So in this case, it's the same with Emily. Emily has grown at that stage where she thinks she's ready for an animal, and she has an idea that maybe her first pet should be a rabbit. And I don't know about you, but as a child I used to write letters for my mom and dad asking them if I could own a pet of my own, which I used to be terrified of asking them myself. So Emily decides to write a letter to her parents saying that she really wants a rabbit and that she promises to take care of it. And of course, because rabbits are such a huge responsibility, it takes a while to consider if the animal is correct type of animal for the family and their lifestyle. And there is a lot of thought that goes into it before owning any type of animal, really, as you have to know that you are willing to have the time and the money to care for it, especially depending on the type of animal it is. Now, in this case, you would have to consider that rabbits do live for 8 to 12 years, and you have to think about where your life could be in those 10 years. So Emily's parents decided that maybe a rabbit wouldn't be a bad idea for them and their family. So the next day they decided that they should go to a pet shop and look at the range of animals and rabbits they have. Shelters that I have personally seen have been filled with rabbits, especially, and I feel like going to pet shops is a bad idea, as there is a lot of animals that need a home at animal shelters. Of course, animal beginners would go straight to pet shops and look for an animal that they could buy there. So instead of entering the animal shelter, they decided to go into the pet shop. They decided to go straight to the animal section and look for a perfect rabbit for their family. And of course, after a while of searching, they find the perfect rabbit. And they decide to call her Daisy. So after deciding which rabbit they're interested in, they decide to take her home. In the beginning, just like any other pet, Emily absolutely adored Daisy. As many of you know that the first thing you should do is let the animal alone for a couple of days to let them get used to their surroundings. As I said, children could think of a rabbit as a stuffed animal. They really want to pick it up, handle it, and rabbits are not the type of animals that love to be handled, and handling should be avoided. So Emily done the mistake and decided that she should handle Daisy. So, as Daisy's new and getting used to the environment, Emily makes a mistake and decides that it would be a good idea to pick her up and handle her. Now, rabbits hate to be handled, so Daisy would normally respond to a fight or flight response, which is basically a biochemical reaction that both humans and animals can experience during really high and intense levels of stress or fear. Basically, the nervous system releases hormones that cause change to occur throughout the body. So Daisy would either run away or fight. So Daisy decides to fight, and this would result to Emily being bitten. After being bitten, Emily no longer wants to do anything with Daisy and try to avoid her as much as possible, and that is what happens with most rabbits. Children get bitten and they no longer want to do anything with them because they know that they're dangerous and that they're not the soft, cuddly animals that they thought they are. I guess children expect them to be cuddly toys that absolutely love to be played with, but really they are completely opposite and they hate being handled and played with. They're better off being left alone with some company rather than being with human contact. So in the end, Daisy is left in really bad conditions. She's in the back of the garden in a small hutch on her own. She has no company at all, and the parents of the child just feed her in the morning and evening, and then they completely don't have any more interest in her. So they're either left in the hutch on their own, or they are sent back to an animal shelter. And as you know, there are a lot of rabbits and other animals in animal shelters that are abandoned and need a home. The reason I created this video was to show that there are a lot of animals out there like Daisy, and I'm not saying that our children shouldn't own our rabbits. I feel like parents should contribute in the care as well, and that children should be responsible, and that the age is really important. And I feel like they're not the best pets as a beginner pet, and maybe parents should consider other animals that could be better pets to teach responsibility for children. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you next time. Bye!